Before you move on, stop here. This message is not ordinary. It arrives from stillness, from absence, from feelings that were never given a voice. It reaches you now because time has tightened its grip. The person you believe let go never truly did. They concealed what they felt because facing it felt overwhelming. Hidden emotions do not fade. They condense. They gather weight and eventually demand release. This is that instant. They are unsettled. Their thoughts wander. Their feelings unresolved. Their inner world unsteady. Something recently disturbed their routine. A name, a memory, a quiet pause. When life slowed just enough for truth to speak clearly, what they understood frightened them. They could lose you for good. That awareness did not come softly. It arrived in the late hours when distractions failed, when laughter sounded empty, when silence asked questions they could no longer escape. They recognized something aching. No one else felt like you did. Not in how you listened, not in how you understood without asking for explanations, not in how your presence felt safe without demanding space. That is when urgency appeared. Because urgency is not created by love alone. It is created by fear there. If they could speak without defense, without pride, without self-protection, this is what they would confess. I should have moved sooner. They believed time would wait. They convinced themselves silence caused no harm. They failed to see that not acting is still a decision, and that decision created space. Now they understand. Every moment they withheld truth, every time they avoided vulnerability, every instance they chose comfort over courage, something weakened. Silence felt secure to them. Distance felt manageable. Avoidance felt like control. But avoidance always leaves consequences. They are not empty. They feel intensely and never learned how to express it safely. Vulnerability felt like surrender. Openness felt like risk. You, however, shifted, and this matters. Your presence changed. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped chasing certainty. You stopped remaining suspended in emotional confusion. They leaned on your patience longer than they deserved, on your compassion, on your ability to stay open while they stayed closed. They assumed your presence was permanent. They didn't realize people eventually choose alignment over attachment. Now they feel it. What unsettles them isn't only losing you. It's losing the emotional steadiness you offered without conditions. They are discovering too late that some bonds are irreplaceable. The question circling their mind grows louder daily. Did I damage the one connection that truly mattered? It follows them as they attempt to move on. It surfaces when they compare others to you and immediately sense the absence. They feel a door closing, not abruptly, not dramatically, quietly. And that is the most final kind. They want to reach out. They draft messages. They erase them. They imagine conversations that never occur. This message is not a promise. It is a confession, an acknowledgement that they underestimated your value, that they recognized it only after absence made it visible. But this narrative isn't centered on them. It centers on you. This message does not ask you to wait. It does not seek forgiveness. It simply exposes truth. You mattered more than they demonstrated, yet urgency does not equal readiness. Fear does not create change. They are replaying moments they once dismissed, now filtered through loss. You, meanwhile, have continued forward. You no longer react to words. You recognize patterns. Growth that follows loss feels different from growth that happens within connection. And timing alters everything. What unsettles them most is not your anger. It is your stillness. Calm reflects acceptance. Calm shows you are no longer resisting. That frightens someone who depends on emotional friction to feel bonded. The balance shifted not through tactics, but through growth. They may reach out. They may offer apologies. They may finally see clearly. Late awareness does not ensure consistency. Fear never creates stability. You crossed a silent threshold. You no longer require reassurance to know your value. You already embody it. If anything restarts, it must meet the version of you that exists now, not the version that waited. Otherwise, you will continue forward without resentment, without confusion, anchored in clarity and self-respect. And now one question, a simple one, an honest one. If they returned today, would they speak from fear or growth alone now?